Hey guys, welcome to my video. For today's tutorial, I will be teaching you how to make the whip stitch join. For this tutorial, you will need 2 squares that you want to join together. I have 2 basic granny squares here. I already have a tutorial on how to make a basic granny square, and I will have that listed down below. You will need a sewing needle. I have this bigger one here because it's easier to use with medium weight yarn, which is what I typically use. So the eye of the sewing needle is bigger. It's easier to get the yarn through. And then you will need yarn that you want to use to join your squares together. So to start this join, you're going to add the yarn, your extra yarn that you're using to join these squares through your sewing needle. You're going to leave a long yarn tail. You're going to take the sewing needle and you're going to put it through the corners of each of your squares that you want to join together. Bring those squares together. You're going to take it through those corners. Bring your yarn tail through. And then we're going to start our join. So you're going to be going through each stitch on the squares. So this is the next stitch. You're going to insert your sewing needle into the first one on this square and then the first one on this square. They're going to line up, and then you're going to bring your sewing needle through, and then you're going to bring that yarn tail through. And then you're going to take it over and you're going to do it from the same side that you entered on. So you're going to go through the next stitch. It's going to line up this one right here and then this one right here. And then you're going to bring it through both of those, and then you're going to bring that extra yarn through. Same thing, go through the side that you began on, go through the next stitch, and then the next one that lines up with it. Bring that yarn through, and then bring that extra yarn through. Now you would do the same thing if you got to a space. You're going to go through, and that's why I wanted to show with my granny squares, because you're going to have these spaces. You're going to go through the same side that you've been going through on, but you're just going to go through that next space instead, and then bring that extra yarn through. And then you can see how all of the stitches are now lining up. So you're going to continue to do this all the way down until you get to each corner of your squares. This is how our join is looking. You're going to have loops going down the sides of your squares. And then once you get to those last corners, you're going to take your yarn and your sewing needle through those corners like we did at the beginning. Just through both, bring that yarn through, bring that extra yarn through. So once you take your yarn through the corner at the very end, I would do that one more time, because if you don't, it's going to leave it like this where there's no loop, so it's not really matching the rest of this join. So I would do it one more time, go through that same side you've been entering on, and take it through both corners, and then you're going to have that loop for the corners. You're going to bring your yarn through. And then I'm going to bring in my scissors. I'm going to cut this yarn and leave a shorter yarn tail so we can weave this yarn tail in. And then I'm going to cut this extra yarn that we're using over here on this side because I'm going to make it match. So what I would do is I would leave this side like this. You can see there's now a loop in the corner. I'm not sure if everyone does this with their whip stitch joins. I just think it looks kind of weird to not have it all the way across your squares. So what I would do is I would again go through the corners on this side another time to make that loop on top to match, and then cut this extra yarn to make it a shorter yarn tail that you can weave in to the backs of your squares. And for those wanting to know how to weave in your yarn ends or your yarn tails, I already have a video on that and I can have it listed down below. But that is going to be how to make the whip stitch join. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more from me. You can follow me on all social media at crochetmelovely, all one word. Please leave me any feedback down below for future videos and tutorials that you would like to see. Thank you guys so much for being here, and have a great day.